what a day it was. And I'm going to tell you all about it. So I had a good experience at the beginning of my shift, I will say. I had a patient in DKA today, meaning that their body is not able to regulate their blood sugar right now, and their body is not listening to insulin anymore, and it puts it in the blood becomes very acidic, and it's an emergency because all of their electrolytes and hydration status, they start to go crazy, and you can have really bad problems with your heart and die if you don't get medical attention. So the guy was in the right place. First time being diagnosed with anything diabetes, so that was really interesting because I've never seen anybody like that. It's usually they know they have diabetes, they missed their insulin for a while, and they went through something really stressful or something like that. But this one, brand new, he also was like not a very nice person. Ever had one of those? Yeah, that was him. And I got really frustrated for a minute because you have these patients every once in a while where they couldn't care less, they don't want to be bothered. And he literally told me, like, I don't care. Like, I was trying to help him drink one of his medications that the doctor ordered for him. And he did not like it, and he would ignore me. Like, that's like my least favorite thing. Like, when somebody can hear me, but they're like not actually like responding. I mean, have you ever been in that situation? And what do you think of that? Like, if anyone does that to you, it's like, it makes you feel like, makes your blood boil, right? So my blood was boiling, and I had to figure out how to respond in a respectful way that didn't show that I was so upset, which I don't know if that is even worth saying, because I feel like that's our job on a regular schedule. So it was really frustrating as well because his family members, they were helping, but it just seems like the way that he was treating us, it was like really inappropriate, like his response. And I even went to the point where I was like talking to my colleague, I'm like, what can be done? Like, what should I do? And I came up with a plan on how to respond. Because the reason, it's not like I don't know what to do, but in certain situations in the professional environment, when there's so much at stake, like, you want to like keep the peace with your patient, you want to do a good job explaining things and helping keep them in a like calm, even keel state. And there are certain things that you can do to exacerbate it. Like, when you have natural, like, there are some people, like my manager, he was telling me, like, you know what, sometimes I have a really bad effect on situations like this, so I'm not gonna go stir the pot. It was like a moment where we were checking on him and everything, and so he decided that he wasn't going to interact with the patient in that moment because we were having a streak where he was being much more pleasant than before. He goes, I'm not going to disrupt that. He said, I don't have a good effect on the people like that sometimes. Anyway, so he was not able to come off of his drip because one of his labs, if you know DKA, his anion gap wasn't closing all day long, even though we were doing everything we were supposed to do. And then my charge nurse has an idea, because he can't hang on to potassium at all. We were giving him bags and bags and bags and bags of potassium all day long. It stayed the same all day. So I told my charge, I said, hey, this is what's going on. What else could be going on? And she goes, next set of labs, check a phosphate level. And we did that, and he was critically low. So that was a good thing that we checked that. So he'll be able to get replaced, and that was checked right before I left work. But yeah, that was the thing. And then I had another patient. I was working with a patient where I was trying to transfer her to med-surg and downgrade her all day. Very, very, very nice patient. I didn't really want to transfer her. She was so great. And it was nice to have, since I was in my other patient's room checking sugars every hour, so you have to check that patient's blood sugar every hour. She was like not calling me. She like needed things, but like wasn't like super needing things frequently is what I'm trying to say. And she was just very pleasant, and it was a nice balance. So it didn't make me like endlessly busy and not be able to sit down. So that was really great, because when you're thinking about the DKA algorithm, you really have to make sure that you're thinking it through. It's like a math problem and a step-by-step thing that you have to make sure you get through. So it's complicated enough that you need a double check from another nurse to be able to do it. And we both have to independently go through the calculation ourselves to make sure that we get to the same answer and how we change the insulin drip. So we're not just like signing off and agreeing with what the one person says, because that's not a true sign off, which I really like about this place. So my other patient was a breath of fresh air, but she transferred like at 5 o'clock on like last minute, because they had a sick patient coming down from med-surg. So it's like I did a trade. So I got to give my patient away and then get a very unstable patient from med-surg, and she was in respiratory distress, super out of control blood pressure, very anxious. So I spent my last hour and a half of the shift working on stabilizing her. So I feel like I worked hard today. I feel like they worked me good, and now I'm like sore everywhere. But I didn't have to leave late, so that was really positive, and I don't have to go back tomorrow, so that's also I've got that going for me. And I would say today was successful. My next shift is going to be the classroom on Friday. It's my last class. I'm excited. It's crazy to think I've been going to class for 6 weeks now. It feels like it hasn't been that many times, but it has. And I'm looking forward to some time off to go out of town, which will be a surprise. I'll definitely be uploading to show you guys what's going on. I don't think I'll be uploading as frequently, but we'll just have to see, because you're definitely going to enjoy what's coming. So make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing a location I have never, ever been before in my life. So make sure to stick around and subscribe, especially if you like faith-based wellness content. Here we talk about everything with a foundation in Jesus, physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. We talk gut health, we talk weight loss here, and I would love to support you. I would love to have you join our community. And you guys, I'm going to sign off. I hope you're doing well. Tell me how your day was in the comments, and I'll see you soon.